Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, a psychologist who is on top of the world in the past few years, for he has produced three classics: The Tipping Point, Outliers, that I mentioned in a few instances before. Nevertheless, that needs at least a few notes. It needs many notes. What am I saying? According to Blink, the power of thinking without thinking, and the theory which is at the center inside, in less than a minute you will know if you need to stop this video and forget about watching the rest, and eventually avoiding me if we meet. Because this theory basically says that in under a minute we are able to form not just an opinion, but something that will stick for a long time, if not for the whole rest of the life. There are plenty of examples that range from art experts who are called at the Getty Museum to establish if a fresco is authentic, but on arrival, in the blink of an eye, they say this is not for real, it's not authentic. When asked, they said that they had a feeling of something fresh. Well, fresh is not associated with a fresco. There are examples of negative instances when negative events happened in the blink of an eye because of a decision taken with thin slicing very quickly. And I will have to take that out of the way quickly, but not before I say that this has a logic aspect. If you think about it, ancestors in the past needed to act very quickly. Those who did not act quickly in the face of an opportunity, prey or something, or danger, did not leave any genes. Same thing with negativity. Unfortunately, we have a tendency to be negative, to be watchful for possible danger, because that's how people survive. That's how our ancestors survived. Those who were too relaxed and enjoying the sun all the time did not live to have any siblings. So, coming back to Blink, there's the instance of the Diallo case, where policemen in New York acted very quickly, but they killed an innocent man called Diallo. I'll not insist on that. It is evident that acting quickly, mistakes and tragedies happen, but the reverse is also true. In the case of the AR in the hospital, famous from series with doctors, they saw that if they act quickly and they have a diagnosis in under a minute for an emergency, not a final thing, they would save lives. Coming to another negative situation, we have the Vincennes, an aircraft carrier, where the captain was forced to act very quickly, thin slicing, and unfortunately he shot down an Iranian airplane with hundreds of innocent people on board. Alas, the airplane acted strangely. They didn't respond, and the captain in seconds didn't know what to do. It could very well have been a danger, an imminent threat, so he had to shoot down the plane. All these examples are analyzed in detail, which we will obviously not do. Strongly recommend the book. And there are other very interesting situations. Another example which comes to mind, apart from sports, where players at the top and players anywhere need to have a decision in a split second sometimes. But I'll refer to those who taste various foods, not just those who taste wine. We are familiar with them, but for instance, if we have two glasses, one with Pepsi and one with Coke, if we don't know what's in it, you and I, regular people, ordinary people, don't know which is Coke and which is Pepsi. Well, people who have this job, tasting various foods, no, not just this is Coke and this is Pepsi, but the flavor, the vanilla was brought from the West Indies or from Brazil. I'm just giving an example. Perhaps there's no vanilla in West Indies. I don't know. It's not important for this matter here. And to finish and with two very interesting aspects connected actually. The Harding effect. First of all, the Harding effect refers to Harding, a president in America that is considered by Malcolm Gladwell as the worst possible. I've read in the meantime in some other places that he was not really that bad, but well, he was not Lincoln, Washington, whatever. He was tall. He had the appearance of a man who could be president. His voice, without saying interesting things, he had a deep voice. He probably said platitude. He was not a Trump, but Trump respects in a way this scenario, alas, unfortunately, being very tall. You will see very soon what I'm referring to. So Harding got elected because he looked presidential. Therefore, the Harding effect, and the reference to the thin slicing theory, the power of thinking without thinking. People didn't think and elected the president. Supposedly not good, the worst maybe. And coming back to present days, studies have shown, and The Economist in an issue from a few months ago refers to that. For sure, other important articles and books on this are there. Refers to the fact that the CEOs of the top 500 Fortune companies have been studied for various aspects, one of which includes their height. So it was discovered that about a third, I don't have the exact percentage, but it's not again relevant, but about a third of these CEOs are very tall. I would say 185 centimeters in European metric system. And that is odd because only about 2-3% of the population in general have this height. So in other words, this confirms this idea of making a decision quickly based on what we see. And in fact, we see this in the Harding effect, and this aspect revealed by the CEO of Fortune 500 study. With Trump, as I said, who's tall. We have a president who's tall. Actually, I like him for other reasons too. Prime Minister was tall before him. So these people tend to have more success. If you're tall, think about your progress and ascension. Good luck.